Every single morning, tens of millions of American kitchens light up with the exact same quiet ritual. A splash of golden oil into a shimmering skillet, an aromatic swirl across the hot metal, and the subconscious comfort that you are nourishing the people you love most. It is an act so mundane, so thoroughly integrated into our daily existence, that virtually nobody stops to examine the amber fluid flowing from those clear plastic bottles. We buy the familiar labels with the vibrant green leaves, the heart-healthy stamps, and the century-old family heritage promises without giving them a second thought. But behind the serene supermarket aisles lies a multi-billion-dollar industrial engine that operates on a completely different set of rules. An industry where high-heat chemical extraction, industrial bleaching agents, deodorizing solvents, and subtle labeling loopholes dictate what actually ends up in your pan. Over the last several months, a meticulous investigation into the reality of American cooking oils revealed something remarkable hiding in plain sight. An intricate web of supply chains where oils marketed as pure Mediterranean olive oil are silently diluted, where high-heat processing strips away natural nutrition and leaves behind unstable compounds, and where terms like pure, natural, and light are carefully engineered to deceive rather than inform. Today, we are taking 9 of the most widely purchased cooking oil brands sold across North America, putting them under the investigative lens, and peeling back the marketing veneer to expose what is actually inside those bottles. And along the way, we will discover 3 rare, exceptional alternatives that are quietly setting a completely new standard for real purity. To truly understand how we got here, you have to rewind the clock over a century to a time when American kitchens relied almost entirely on traditional animal fats like butter and lard. In the early 1900s, a chemical process known as hydrogenation transformed cheap, surplus cottonseed oil into a dense white solid that could sit on a grocery shelf for months without spoiling. That product was Crisco, and its massive commercial success completely reshaped the American pantry forever. Consumers were told that clean, factory-made plant oils were modern, hygienic, and far superior to traditional fats. Decades later, when vegetable oils shifted toward refined soybean, corn, and canola seeds, the narrative only intensified. Millions of households enthusiastically adopted these budget-friendly liquid oils, convinced they were making the ultimate responsible decision for their family's long-term health. When you pick up a classic bottle of Crisco pure vegetable oil today, you feel an immediate sense of familiar comfort. It is cheap, completely neutral in flavor, and backed by over 100 years of unbroken household trust. The crisp label subtly reinforces the idea that you are buying a wholesome plant product straight from nature. What most consumers expect is a gentle liquid squeezed directly from wholesome agricultural crops. The reality inside the processing facility paints a dramatically different picture. Crisco pure vegetable oil is primarily refined soybean oil, extracted not through simple mechanical pressing, but through a rigorous industrial process using chemical solvents like hexane to draw out every last drop of oil from the seed. Because raw seed oil comes out dark, bitter, and foul-smelling, it must undergo intense deguming, neutralization, bleaching, and high-heat deodorization at temperatures often exceeding 400 degrees Fahrenheit. This extreme thermal exposure strips away natural vitamins and destabilizes delicate polyunsaturated fats, creating subtle secondary oxidation products that never appear on the nutrition panel. When high heat destroys nature's natural preservation system, synthetic stabilization becomes an absolute necessity. The reputation built over a century remained intact. The natural integrity inside the bottle was long gone. But while mass-market soybean oil relies on chemical heavy lifting, the world of imported specialty oils presents a completely different kind of deception. Walk down the oil aisle of any major grocery store, and your eyes will inevitably land on Bertolli. With its classic Italian styling, elegant glass bottle, and explicit promises of Mediterranean heritage, it stands as the undisputed global giant of olive oil. Consumers flock to it because the Mediterranean diet is widely celebrated by medical, professionals as the pinnacle of cardiovascular wellness. When someone pays a premium for Bertolli extra virgin olive oil, they expect an authentic, cold-pressed juice made purely from unadulterated Italian olives packed with potent anti-inflammatory antioxidants. Independent testing and historical regulatory enforcement actions across the globe have repeatedly pulled back the curtain on mass-market olive oil production. To meet massive global volume demands, giant commercial bottlers frequently blend oils harvested from multiple countries across Europe and North Africa, where quality control standards fluctuate wildly. During long transit times in non-refrigerated cargo holds, fragile extra virgin olive oil suffers severe heat and oxygen exposure, causing rapid oxidation before the bottle even reaches a retail shelf. Testing revealed that a significant percentage of store-bought bottles labeled extra virgin actually failed international sensory and chemical standards for true cold-pressed quality. The label promised the timeless health of the Italian countryside. The glass bottle held a tired, oxidized shadow of what genuine olive oil is supposed to be. Yet, the issues plaguing mass-market olive oil pale in comparison to what happens when industrial seed oils are intentionally masked as heart-healthy health foods. Wesson is a name synonymous with American home cooking, prominently featuring bright yellow canola fields on its packaging to project an image of pure, farm-fresh goodness. Millions of health-conscious cooks choose canola oil specifically because it boasts a lower saturated fat content than traditional cooking oils and is aggressively recommended by institutional dietitians. The consumer expectation is straightforward: a clean, light, heart-smart oil perfect for everyday frying and baking without any hidden downsides. The underlying reality of mass-produced canola oil reveals an unsettling paradox. Canola seeds are derived from a genetically modified version of the rapeseed plant, bred specifically to lower toxic erucic acid levels. To extract the oil, manufacturers subject the seeds to massive mechanical pressure combined with chemical solvents, followed by intense high-heat deodorization to remove the plant's naturally pungent, sulfurous odor. This aggressive heating process converts a small percentage of the delicate omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids into synthetic trans fats, compounds that regulatory bodies allow brands to round down to zero on nutritional labels if they fall below half a gram per serving. The packaging aggressively claimed total cardiovascular support. The high-heat refinery produced oxidized fats that work against that very promise. But if subtle thermal damage in canola oil seems concerning, the next brand highlights how clever marketing can make a heavily processed blend sound like a luxury health elixir. Mazola corn oil has dominated television airwaves for decades with memorable campaigns claiming it can help lower cholesterol naturally. Positioned as an essential staple for Hispanic and traditional American cooking alike, the brand leverages warm imagery of golden cornfields and wholesome family meals. Consumers buy it, assuming that corn oil is a gentle, natural derivative of a basic dietary grain that actively cleanses the cardiovascular system. While refined corn oil does contain phytosterols that can temporarily reduce cholesterol absorption, the broader reality of its fatty acid profile tells a much more complicated story. Mazola corn oil is exceptionally dense in omega-6 linoleic acid, a polyunsaturated fat that modern Western diets already consume in vast overabundance. When cooking at high temperatures, these hyperabundant omega-6 fats degrade rapidly, creating highly reactive lipid peroxides and aldehydes that promote systemic low-grade inflammation when consumed daily in large quantities. Furthermore, virtually all commercial corn oil originates from industrial monoculture crops heavily treated with synthetic pesticides and herbicides. The commercial advertising promised an active path to heart health. The biological reality delivered an ultra-processed fat that drives systemic chronic inflammation. But high-temperature instability is not limited to cheap grain oils. It extends directly into oils marketed specifically for high-heat cooking. Pompeian is an absolute titan in the supermarket oil section, offering a massive variety of olive oils catered to every imaginable culinary need. Their extra-light olive oil is prominently displayed as the ideal solution for high-heat sautéing and baking. Where you want the benefits of olive oil without its strong, grassy flavor profile. Shoppers naturally assume that extra light refers to a lighter caloric density or a special ultra-gentle extraction technique that maintains pure nutritional superiority. The phrase extra light is a masterclass in modern marketing misdirection. It has absolutely nothing to do with calories or gentle processing. Extra light olive oil is actually heavily refined. Low-grade olive oil that has been chemically stripped of its color, aroma, and natural flavor using high-heat thermal reactors and chemical neutralizing solvents. Because true extra virgin olive oil would smoke and burn at high temperatures, Pompeian strips away the protective polyphenols and antioxidants, leaving behind a highly processed, neutral fat that offers almost none of the signature health benefits that make olive oil famous in the first place. The front of the bottle traded heavily on the prestigious olive oil name. The contents inside were stripped of every natural compound that gave that name its value. But if stripping down olive oil seems deceptive, blending completely different oil species together behind clever front labels takes the confusion to an entirely new level. Smart Balance entered the grocery scene with a direct mandate to create scientifically engineered foods that optimize human health. Their cooking oil blend features prominent front label claims, boasting a balanced blend of polyunsaturated, monounsaturated, and saturated fats designed to support healthy cholesterol ratios. Buyers happily pay a premium price tag believing they are purchasing a scientifically superior culinary oil curated by expert nutritionists. Flip the Smart Balance bottle around and read the microscopic ingredient list, and the illusion quickly dissolves. The product is primarily a mix of ultra-cheap refined soybean oil and refined canola oil, combined with refined palm oil to adjust the melting point. Instead of offering a unique or pure cold-pressed botanical oil, Smart Balance essentially repackages the exact same mass-market industrial seed oils found in budget bottles, applies a proprietary fat ratio formula, and marks up the price significantly. You are paying top dollar for heavily refined, solvent-extracted oils that offer no functional superiority over the generic store brands sitting right next to them. The brand name promised advanced nutritional science. The bottle delivered standard low-cost seed oils at a premium luxury price. Yet, even engineered blends look relatively transparent when compared to specialty imported oils that hide behind exotic origin stories. Filippo Berio is another historic titan that commands massive shelf space across America, invoking images of 19th-century Tuscan olive groves and uncompromising Italian craftsmanship. Their pure olive oil is sold as a versatile, everyday cooking solution for families who want guaranteed European quality. Millions of home cooks buy it under the impression that pure means completely raw, unadulterated, and high-grade. In the commercial oil industry, the word pure is actually a technical industry classification for a low-quality product. Pure olive oil is a manufactured combination of chemically refined olive oil blended with just a tiny percentage of virgin olive oil to give it a hint of color and aroma. The refining process uses heat and chemical agents to fix severe defects present in the raw olive mash, thoroughly destroying the living enzymes, volatile aromatic compounds, and delicate antioxidants that make real olive oil a therapeutic superfood. The proud crest promised uncompromised Tuscan tradition. The physical product was an industrially corrected oil stripped of its biological power. But while olive oil misdirection relies on confusing terminology, popular Asian-style specialty oils present severe risks when exposed to basic kitchen heat. Kadoya pure sesame oil is a cherished favorite for millions of households. It's instantly recognizable by its rich amber color and intense, intoxicating, nutty aroma. It is widely considered an indispensable staple for stir-fries, marinades, and authentic Asian culinary dishes. Consumers buy it, assuming it is a robust, heat-stable cooking oil that brings both incredible flavor and wholesome sesame seed nutrients to their dinner table. The deep, captivating flavor of Kadoya comes from seeds that have been intensely roasted before extraction. while toasted sesame oil is an extraordinary finishing condiment. Using it as a primary high-heat cooking oil is a dangerous mistake. The pre-roasting process, combined with the oil's high concentration of delicate polyunsaturated fats, gives it an extremely low smoke point. When exposed to hot pans during stir-frying, toasted sesame oil breaks down almost instantly, generating toxic acrolein gas, free radicals, and harsh, bitter compounds that corrupt your meal's safety and taste. The intoxicating aroma promised an elevated culinary experience. High heat turned those delicate roasted fats into unstable chemical hazards. But if temperature mismanagement is the primary flaw of specialty seed oils, the most alarming entry on our list combines extreme processing with high-volume fast food consumption. Great value vegetable oil is the undisputed king of budget cooking fats, feeding tens of millions of low-income and budget-conscious families across North America. Sold in massive, clear plastic jugs at rock-bottom prices. It represents the ultimate economic choice for high-volume frying, baking, and everyday cooking. Consumers purchase it out of economic necessity, assuming that government food safety standards guarantee that all edible oils are fundamentally equal in safety and health impact. Great value vegetable oil is a pure industrial commodity, almost exclusively composed of 100% refined soybean oil that undergoes the most extreme chemical refining, bleaching, and deodorizing protocols available. To maximize shelf life at minimal cost, it is packaged in cheap, clear PET plastic containers that offer zero protection against ambient grocery store lighting. As light passes through the clear plastic, it triggers rapid photooxidation of the polyunsaturated fats inside, building up silent lipid peroxides long before a consumer opens the cap. The price tag promised undeniable economic relief. The clear plastic bottle silently delivered oxidized, chemically stripped industrial fat. But after navigating this landscape of high-heat refining, misleading terminology, hand packaging flaws, and critical question emerges. What does real, uncompromised, truly safe cooking oil actually look like? The answer requires us to abandon industrial shortcuts entirely and return to oils produced with absolute transparency, gentle physical extraction, and uncompromising respect for human biology. Products that prioritize zero chemical contact, total cold pressing, and bulletproof packaging designed to protect fragile nutrients from heat, light, and air. The first exceptional alternative setting the gold standard for safety and quality is Filippo Olive Ranch Global Blend Extra Virgin Olive Oil. What sets California Olive Ranch apart from the chaotic world of imported olive oil is their absolute commitment to radical supply chain, transparency, and strict quality control. Every single batch is cold-pressed within hours of harvest without a single chemical solvent or heat treatment ever touching the fruit. They package their oil exclusively in dark green glass bottles to block out harmful UV light. And every bottle clearly displays the exact harvest date right on the back label, ensuring you are receiving fresh, living, antioxidant-rich extra virgin olive oil every single time. The second outstanding product that completely redefines high-heat cooking safety is Chosen Foods' 100% pure avocado oil. While seed oils degrade rapidly under high heat, pure avocado oil is rich in ultra-stable monounsaturated oleic acid, giving it a natural smoke point of over 500 degrees Fahrenheit without requiring any chemical refining. Chosen Foods uses a gentle mechanical expeller press method to extract pure oil from ripe avocados, completely eliminating the need for hexane solvents or high-heat deodorization. Furthermore, Chosen Foods leads the industry in independent third-party verification, routinely testing every batch to guarantee that the bottle contains 100% pure avocado oil with zero adulteration or hidden seed oil blends. The third and final top-tier recommendation for pure, traditional cooking stability is Nutiva Organic Virgin Coconut Oil. For those seeking an unrefined, highly stable fat for low to medium heat, baking, and cooking. Nutiva provides a completely unadulterated product derived from fresh, cold-pressed organic coconuts. Because coconut oil is naturally saturated, it is chemically immune to the rapid oxidation and rancidity that plagues delicate seed oils when exposed to light or moderate heat. Nutiva uses zero chemical bleaching agents, zero deodorizers, and packages their product in protective containers, delivering a pure, shelf-stable, traditional cooking fat exactly as nature intended. When you step back and examine the modern food landscape, the pattern becomes undeniably clear. The commercial food industry has spent decades convincing us that cheap, ultra-processed, highly refined liquid fats are the normal baseline for human nutrition. They hid industrial solvents behind vibrant green farm imagery, disguised chemically altered fats as heart-healthy innovations, and used clever legal definitions to obscure what happens during high-heat manufacturing. But armed with clear knowledge, the balance of power shifts completely back to you. The next time you walk down the oil aisle of your local grocery store, take 10 seconds to turn the bottle around. Ignore the bold promises on the front of the label. Look for cold-pressed or expeller-pressed extractions. Demand dark glass packaging that guards against light damage. Seek out verified harvest dates and choose fats that naturally resist oxidation without requiring chemical intervention. Your kitchen is the inner sanctuary of your home, and the simple fat you pour into your hot pan every morning should be a source of genuine vitality, not an invisible compromise. Take a minute today to check your own pantry. Examine what you are cooking with, and make the simple choice to demand real, uncompromised purity in your home.